Hello, guys, and welcome back to Life with Polly. I am currently in my car right now, relaxing with Annabelle here. She is a Chihuahua Dachshund mixed, if you haven't seen her before. She is my love of my life. I just love her to death and wouldn't be able to live without her. If you're unfamiliar with my channel, I do lots of videos on my channel, including talking about different topics. And I just wanted to give everybody an update. If you're unfamiliar with my channel, I moved out of my apartment into my 2007 Saturn Ion, which I'm staying in right now. And I'm kind of in here relaxing. Going to get ready to go outside soon and clip this doggy's nails, even though she doesn't like her nails clipped. She has to have it done. But right now, I'm just relaxing in the car, and I decided to make this video as an update. I will be doing videos of me transforming my new vehicle once I get my new vehicle, which will be probably an SUV. I'm sure shooting more towards. I've seen a great setup that a guy had in his SUV, so I think I'm going to go with an SUV. But I will not be buying that SUV until after wintertime. If you don't know, I live in Coxsackie, New York, which is about 10 miles from Catskill, New York, the Catskill Mountains. So winter is about ready to start. It is September 16th today, and it's already getting cool out. Right now, it's kind of cool out. I'm sitting in the car without the fan on. This is the big fan. I got the little fan on, but the big fan I don't have on right now because, for one, you wouldn't be able to hear me, and for two, it's not that bad out today. It's only about 69, 70 degrees, which is pretty cool for this time of year. But of course, winter is coming. October is winter, and it's going to be here faster than ever this year. The leaves are already starting to fall. If you watch my one video, you will see that the leaves are already starting to fall here in New York, and it's getting cooler, which I am so glad of because I hate the summertime. Although the puppy here, she loves summer, she loves the warmth, she does not like the cold. So I have to get her a sweater for the wintertime. And of course, I'm going to get a heated blanket and stuff here for in the car. If you're not familiar, I stay at on my daughter's property, and I use her electric as of right now, but I do give her money for her electric bill every month. But the only thing I use it for is to charge my phone and to turn on my fan and things like that. I don't use it for anything big. So I give her money towards her electric bill to help her with that. She rents a house for $900 a month, and she lives in the country. It's basically all forest. She has a lot of land, and the dog just loves to run around and have fun on the land and on the grass. She loves to roll in the grass. So it'll be another 4 or 5 months before I make those videos of me transforming my new vehicle. I want to get enough money to buy a decent vehicle. It's not going to be a brand new vehicle. It's going to be a used vehicle, but I want enough money to buy a decent vehicle that doesn't really have any mechanical issues to start off with. So I could take some of the extra money and soak it into building it out into mine and this puppy's tiny home. Ah, puppy. Ah, baby girl. Ah, baby girl. You tired? You tired? Say hi, everybody. But yeah, this is Annabelle, and I've been doing pretty good. It has been a little bit lonely lately. I do live by my older daughter, but the problem with that is she works a lot. She works mainly Monday through Friday. She works from 12 to 8 at night. So it does get lonely here sometimes, but I do have the doggy. Thank God. Without her, I don't know where I would be without this doggy right here. After losing my mom in February of 2022, and of course the puppy lost her too. This puppy loved her grandma to death and my mom to death. And I know the puppy misses her a lot too. But without her, I would be so lost without my puppy. If you're suffering from depression, anxiety, stress, or whatever the case may be, and you do not have a pet, I would suggest getting some type of pet. even if it's a bird. If you can't have a dog or a cat, get a bird or something, because they do help a lot with depression and things like that. This dog has brought me through a lot, especially with seeing my mom go through cancer and fighting stage 4 cancer and taking her last breath. This dog has helped me tremendously. But anyways, on this channel, I do lots of videos. I don't only do videos of my car. I did do a couple videos of my car setup and things like that. But basically, I'm not going to keep on filming my car like every day because it's the same setup and I'm doing the same thing every day. So I think that's kind of boring. So I do talk about different topics on this channel, including the Ruby Frankie 8 Passengers topic, and things like that, and several other things. I also have older videos on my YouTube station if you're interested. I have a lot of reselling videos. If you're a reseller or you want to become a reseller video, I do have a lot of reselling videos on my channel. Now, most of those reselling videos are a year or 2 years old, but they still coincide with today's reselling community. And if there's a question that you need answered or something, and whether it be about eBay, Facebook Marketplace, USPS, whatever the case may be, you can always leave a comment on one of my videos and I will get back to you and answer your question to the best of my knowledge. I was a top rated power seller on eBay for a couple years, and now of course I don't do that anymore since I moved into the car, but you know, I gave all that up and decided to live life on the road as a nomad. But I know a lot about business and I know a lot about those websites. So if you go to my homepage and you go to the playlist, you will see my eBay playlist, my Facebook Marketplace playlist, the USPS playlist, and things like that. I also have a Shorts Pets feed where I do short videos of my doggie here, Annabelle. If you would like to check that out, you can go to my homepage and go to playlist and you will see the Shorts Pets feed. I also have a video and it is in my eBay playlist. If you go to my eBay playlist, I have a video where I tell you how I took $100 and turned it into $25,000 worth of inventory on eBay. And that only took me 8 months to do. I did do eBay years and years ago, but then I decided to start it up again, and I took $100. And what I started off with was, now I'm a guy, of course. My name is Paul, and I'm 49. I just turned 49 on September 6th, but I never thought I would be a kind of person to make jewelry or anything. But what I did was I took $100 and bought some jewelry components from China, and I started selling them on eBay. And after 8 months of doing that, I amassed over $25,000 worth of products. I was making jewelry, bracelets, necklaces, and things like that, and I was also making wall clocks. So, if you want to learn how to take $100 and turn it into $25,000 worth of inventory, and I had about $25,000 worth of inventory listed every single month. So I had an income stream coming in, and I did pretty good with it. I would say I did pretty good with it. But of course, now I close that down. I am on disability as of right now, and I'm on disability mainly because of my depression. Anxiety and stress was really bad. I was on medication for that. Now, I also was in counseling for that. I was in counseling for 8 years. I since recently stopped counseling and I stopped my medications, and I'm doing very well with it. Do I get depressed sometimes? Sure, I do, because I just lost my mom in February 2022, and I don't have a lot of family left. I have my daughters, my 3 daughters, but that's it. Other than that, I really have no family left. A lot of my family died of cancer. I do have one aunt that lives in PA, I have a couple brothers, but I don't speak to them because of things just weren't going right in the family and things that they have done wrong to me. So I don't speak to them anymore. I do have another brother that lives in Cuba, New York, which is 5 hours away from me. And I talk to him on the phone, but that's about it. Other than that, I have really no other family. I do talk to my aunt in Pennsylvania. But yeah, I do talk to my daughters, of course. One of my daughters, she does live in Kansas, so I don't really talk to her much. I don't get to see her. But the daughter that I'm staying by right now on her land, that she rents, of course, I talk to her. I get to see her, and I get to see my youngest daughter also. I go and see her sometimes at her house because she lives about 10 minutes from where I'm at. So I do have some social things going on there, which is helpful to me. I'm glad I'm closer by my daughter now, because, I've had a lot of health issues. I had a heart attack in 2021, 2022. I lost a lot of blood and ended up in the hospital. If you want to know more about that, you can go back and watch my videos. But I moved closer to my daughter because I was 2 hours away, and I figured I wanted to be closer to my daughter in case something does happen and I do pass away. She'll be able to know and be able to take care of what I want her to take care of. She already knows my wishes and what I want done, and she already knows that she does not have to pay for it. So that's a big thing to me, is I wanted to stress to her and explain to her on what to do so she didn't have to pay for me to be cremated, because that's what I basically want to be. I want to be cremated. I don't want to be buried. And if you don't know about the cremation process or what to do if you don't have money to do that, you can always go to a funeral parlor. Call around different funeral parlors. If you are a person that's in a predicament where you just lost someone suddenly, you don't have money for a funeral, you don't have money for cremation, you don't have money for burial, you can always call a funeral parlor and tell them that and explain that to them and ask them if they have any type of program where the state or the county will pay for the cremation, because that's what I did for my mom. I went to a funeral parlor and I told them my situation. They asked me for my income. Of course, I'm on disability because of my health issues, my heart attack, and things like that. So they do ask for proof of income and things like that. But then they fill out this paper where the county will actually pay for the cremation. Now, I bought my own urn. You can buy your own urn, or they give you a plastic container to put the ashes in. They will do a funeral and they will do a burial. But if you're having the county or the state pay for the burial, or the funeral, there are things that you would have to pay for. If you're getting buried, you would have to pay the $250 or whatever the cemetery costs to dig the hole. But everything else could be paid for. Even the casket could be paid for. So keep that in mind. If you lose, if you lose a loved one suddenly and you don't have the money to do anything, don't make yourself get in debt. It might seem disrespectful or whatever to do it that way, but in my eyes, it's not disrespectful. It's the same type of thing. If you pay for it yourself. I bought an urn from my mom, with a golden rose on it, because her name was Rose, and I gave that to the funeral parlor. They cremated her and they put her in there, and everything was paid for by the county. Because, of course, I was on disability and really didn't have the money to do that. My mom's boyfriend that had died in 2021 that was living with us, he was done the same way. The county paid for his cremation also. So keep that in mind. I know it's hard to think about, but I mean, you know, it's something to think about, especially if you lose someone and you don't really have the money to pay for services. There are places out there that will help you, especially if the person was on Medicaid or Medicare. A lot of times these places will help you. Don't go to a funeral home that's going to pressure you into spending tens of twenties of thousands of dollars to do this kind of stuff. Or don't go to a funeral parlor that says, well, if you don't have the money, then we have to keep the body in storage, or we have to do this until you come up with the money. Don't do that. Try my way. Um, like I said, a lot of counties, a lot of states will pay for it if you do not have the means to do it. So keep that in mind. I made this long enough. Please consider supporting my channel by hitting the subscribe button down below, the all notification bell to the right hand side, commenting and sharing this video, and I will see you in my next video.